Jackson, Jax, Miller was born in the gritty streets of Detroit, where dreams were scarce and survival was the primary goal. He grew up in a small, crumbling apartment with his mother, Teresa, who worked tirelessly as a waitress to provide for him and his younger sister, Mia. His father had left when Jax was only 6 years old, leaving a void that shaped much of his childhood. Music became his escape. At school, Jax was often mocked for his worn-out clothes and shy demeanor, but his talent for writing poetry made him stand out. He began transforming his poems into rap lyrics, inspired by the likes of Tupac Shakur and Nas. By the age of 14, Jax had a small notebook filled with verses about his life, his struggles, his dreams, and his pain. Jax's big break came at a local talent show. Nervous but determined, he performed an original piece called Hunger Games, a raw depiction of life in his neighborhood. The crowd was electrified by his words, and a local producer, Marcus "Big Mac" Daniels, noticed his potential. Marcus took Jax under his wing, introducing him to the world of professional music. At 18, Jax released his first mixtape, Street Rhymes. The songs were a mix of hope and despair, reflecting the duality of his life. Tracks like Concrete Dreams and Mama's Hands gained popularity on local radio stations, and soon Jax became a name people couldn't ignore. As his career skyrocketed, so did the pressure. Jax signed a deal with a major record label at 20, releasing his debut album, Survivor Symphony, which went platinum within months. Suddenly, he was performing on stages across the country, surrounded by flashing lights and adoring fans. But success came at a price. Jax's grueling schedule left him little time for his family. His sister Mia, who had always been his biggest supporter, felt neglected. His mother, struggling with health issues, often begged him to take better care of himself. Jax, however, found it easier to drown his worries in alcohol and drugs than to face them head-on. Jax's best friend, Troy, had been with him since childhood. They shared everything, from stolen snacks as kids to dreams of escaping their harsh reality. But fame created a rift between them. Troy felt Jax was losing himself, becoming consumed by the industry's glitz and glamour. They argued frequently, with Troy accusing Jax of forgetting his roots. One fateful night, after a heated phone argument, Troy left a party in anger and was caught in a drive-by shooting. The news devastated Jax. Racked with guilt, he blamed himself for not reconciling with his best friend. He spiraled into depression, canceling tours and isolating himself from everyone. Despite his pain, Jax tried to channel his emotions into music. His next album, Shattered Rhymes, was a haunting masterpiece. Songs like Echoes in the Dark and Apologies to Heaven revealed his inner struggles and regrets. The album became an instant success, earning critical acclaim and cementing his legacy. However, Jax's internal battles continued. He often talked about hearing Troy's voice in his dreams, urging him to let go of the guilt. But Jax couldn't. He became increasingly dependent on substances, his once promising life unraveling before everyone's eyes. On a cold winter night, Jax locked himself in his studio, surrounded by old photographs, notebooks, and a bottle of whiskey. He wrote a heartfelt letter to his fans, thanking them for their love and support. In it, he admitted that he could no longer fight the pain consuming him. The next morning, his producer found him lifeless, slumped over his desk, clutching a photograph of Troy. The world mourned the loss of a legend who had touched millions with his words, but couldn't save himself from his demons. Jax's story became a cautionary tale, a reminder of the fragility of life and the unseen battles people face. His music continues to inspire, his lyrics resonating with those who see their struggles mirrored in his words. In the years following his death, a foundation was established in his name to support mental health awareness and provide resources for struggling artists. Jax's legacy lives on, not just as a rapper, but as a voice for the unheard.